All right, amazing people. You realize that you're amazing? Do you realize that you chose to be here and you chose to come down here at this time of incredible shift where the light is so powerful now that it's just bringing all the darkness up to the surface to be revealed, healed, and cleared? Do you realize that you chose to be here? I'm not expecting you to remember that decision because I certainly don't. And there's been many times when I have stated I would have never chosen to come down here and go through all this stuff that I've been through, that we've been through, that we're going through. But I would like to pose an invitation as things continue to accelerate, as more light comes into the planet, as our DNA in our body is shifting to more crystalline frequency. And that question is, do you believe that you are creating your reality? This is a great question on a conversation that I had with somebody the other day to pose, because it's a deep one. Do you believe that you are creating your reality? And this is key because you can look out there and the common answer would be, I'm not really sure, because there's all this stuff happening out there. And so the invitation is, do you think you could unplug from going down all these rabbit holes that we all go down? I mean, especially in the beginning, once you realize that we have pretty much been lied to about everything, that most things on this planet have been inverted. And it's kind of the obvious starting point to begin to question everything and to begin to question your entire belief system, because you have to. Because I speak about this a lot. The belief system is actually a very tiny prison of agreements. And where did all these beliefs and agreements come from? Every single one of them came from sources outside of ourselves. Our beliefs aren't even our own. Are you willing to admit that? Are you willing to at least investigate that? Many people don't have the courage to do that because they get scared, because if their beliefs aren't their own and their belief system is just a prison, then how do they navigate through this journey that we call life, this hologram, this vibrational field? Well, it's pretty simple when you figure it out, or when you begin to at least be open to the fact that, or to the invitation of, are you creating your reality? Okay, so what creates your reality? What are the building blocks? A lot of people talk about vibration, frequency. I talk about in the book, Waking Up in the Dream, that your reality, our reality, is created with our thoughts, our words, our imagination, our beliefs, and then the vibration and frequency that we put behind that, as well as holding the frequency of knowing that whatever we desire is already here now. All these timelines, they already exist now. They're not in the future. Every single thing that's happening is here now. And there's just all these thousands, if not millions, of different timelines and frequencies that are just shifting like this. Although because 3D is slowed down, we don't see it happening that quickly. But in reality, that's what's happening. So what pulls in and magnetizes our preferred reality or our unpreferred reality into our vibrating hologram that we call our life? It's our frequency. Hey, Richie, great to see you, brother. It's our frequency and vibration. It's what we believe. It's what we choose to focus on from moment to moment. So, again, if we're open to the fact that we are creating our reality, then what would be the best use of our time, energy, frequency, and vibration from moment to moment to moment? Would it be to continue going down all these endless rabbit holes, which can be valuable? It's something to play with. I've done it for 20, 30 years. However, the reason that I'm doing this live is to offer up the invitation that what if we unplugged completely from everything that's happening out there, the cabal, adrenochrome, human trafficking, this and that. I'm not saying don't care about it and don't assist others in helping them with it if that comes into your field. Hey, Samantha, great to see you. What I'm inviting for Jeff and each one of us, what if we unplugged from all of that and we only focused every morning when we awaken to focusing on creating our preferred reality with a smile, with a high vibration, with our heart, using our thoughts, our imagination, our beliefs, and our frequency as having it already be done. 5D Earth is already here. It's not somewhere in the future. It's a matter of us aligning with our frequency and vibration and commitment to understanding that if we say that it is done without any beliefs, and they may creep in, but you just simply practice to catching the fears or the doubts or the less than frequencies and just go, no, I'm going to play with this. I trust in this. This has been talked about for thousands of years, and I'm only going to focus on that which I desire to magnetize more of into my reality, because we're walking, talking, vibrating magnets. This incredible body is a magnet, and it's going to pull in whatever we are choosing to focus on, whatever we speak about, whatever we give our focus and energy to. So the invitation is, are you willing to trust in this and play with it for 30 days, 60 days, 90 days? Because I promise you, if and when you do, you will begin to see the timelines be magnetized into you through more synchronicities, more what we may call magic and miracles, more incredible, like-minded vibrational people showing up. Hey, Thomas, great to see you, brother. You're going to see it, because I play with this all the time in the people that go through the Waking Up in the Dream transformational experience, whether they do the book, the online course, or they do a one-on-one mentorship with me. On the very first day, they start to see all the limiting programs and all of the automatic reactions that the ego does. Number one addiction on the planet, judgments. It's the biggest addiction on the planet. And if you have the courage to observe your mind and begin to track it every single day, which is what this whole thing is about, it's so simple. You begin to catch every judgment, every less than thought, every fear, every doubt, everything that you say that is not empowering that which you desire to magnetize into your reality. And you go, oh my God, I'm running all these programs, that I've been running for decades. And the majority of the people on the planet are running these same programs. The majority of people on the planet, or a huge percentage, probably 3/4, are what I call in the book automatic reactors. I used to be an automatic reactor totally. I was a judgeaholic. I was taught to be that beginning in the 2nd grade when I was placed into private Catholic schools. And every day was judgment day. Those nuns were angry. And even in the 2nd grade, my intuition told me something is very wrong here. So myself and my best friend, we used to question everything, and they didn't like it. So we were always in trouble, even though we got straight A's and B's, learning the math and the English and spelling and blah, blah, blah. So the point is, the invitation for everyone moving forward is to only focus on that which you desire to attract and magnetize more of, and to go in and do the inner healing. Are you willing to look at your dark side? Because we all have it. We've all got trauma from coming in to this incarnation. I had 3 major traumas within the first hour of being born. I'm not saying I'm any different than anybody else. We all had them. But I was pulled out with metal tongs that were wrapped around my head because I was stuck in the womb. And so they reached in with metal big tongs, they wrapped them around my head, and they ripped me out. Welcome to the world. Next thing, within the first hour, I was circumcised, which is one of the most traumatic things that can ever happen to a baby. And according to science, your brain never recovers from that trauma. And then the other third thing was the umbilical cord was cut immediately instead of left on for another half hour to an hour. So I was robbed. We were robbed, if this happened to you as well, if you didn't have a water birth and your parents were smart about this, but most people didn't know about this stuff. So 3 traumas within 1 hour. And then just conditioning and programming, where in the school system, which was set up by the Rockefellers, everybody was taught what to think instead of how to think. Got that? So, look, it wasn't pretty, but let's look at the gift. We're here at the most incredible time, one of them, certainly, in recorded history, even though we know that most history has been squashed. There was free energy even 100 years ago. There were cars that ran on free energy. These buildings with these tall steeples, that was free energy. Interesting how they've all been buried and covered up, but now it's all being revealed. So what an incredible time to be alive. And I just wanted to come in and share this invitation that Jeff is shifting into, because I've been sharing stuff that people called me crazy for 20, 30 years. I knew about the pedos 30 years ago. I knew that the religion was inverted. I knew that the Vatican was worshiping Satan. I knew this stuff, and I wasn't afraid to share it. But a lot of people thought I was crazy. And now this stuff is coming into the light, and we're here for it. And it's a good thing. It's a good time. And if you've been paying attention, I'm sure that you're attracting people with the deeper conversations, the people that are understanding. Hey, Jeff, great to see you. The people that are understanding that we can't be all love and light with our crystals. And I mean, crystals are great, you know. I got my wonderful tools and stuff here in Thailand where I'm at, and a ton more stuff sitting in San Diego in storage. The bottom line is everything is here to support us now, but it's up to us to consciously and intentionally place our focus on only things that we desire to magnetize more into our reality. And when you first begin to do this, well, I'll speak for Jeff. I was like, all these people reach out to me and they say, thank you so much for sharing everything you've shared, because everybody in my family's asleep. They think I'm crazy, and nobody in my town is awake. And I live out in the middle of nowhere, and I don't have anybody to talk to. So thank you for letting me know that I'm not crazy. And so what happened to me was, I was like, can I really stop sharing this stuff of exposure and disclosure, and everything will be okay? Because I trust in the fact that I'm creating my reality. And if I focus on it every morning when I awaken, which is everybody that goes through this course, as soon as we awaken with our heads on our pillow out of what we call the sleeping dream, we could actually be in the sleeping dream right now, in the awakening dream is when we go to sleep. Ever think about that? Everything can be reversed. Well, it doesn't really matter. It's because I don't remember a lot from when I'm asleep. I don't remember a lot of my dreams. So in this reality, whatever you want to call this, the awakened state is where I have the ability to intentionally, consciously be aware of my thoughts. When I'm in my dreams, sometimes I'm getting attacked. I don't know why that is, but I don't seem to always have control. Here, I'm aware of my thoughts and my vibration and frequency. So this appears to be the place to really amplify and set my intention for everything that I'm creating. And so there's more and more people that are getting on board with this, and more people that are unplugging from all of the darkness that's getting revealed. And it's just a process for everybody, because in the beginning, you've got to see it in order to understand it and understand how we've been manipulated so strongly and so powerfully. It was brilliantly set up, and they hijacked our DNA. So they're working with all this awareness, and we're not. And we've had to spend decades questioning everything, getting attacked for questioning everything, being outcast in certain states, and then just going, I don't care. I know from my intuition and what I've uncovered that we've been lied to about everything, and I'm going to stand up. I will never lie down. I will never be coerced into putting more poison into my body. Never. It won't happen. I've done this rodeo before, and I know that I've been killed before, but that's just my body. My spirit, my soul can never die. But the good news is here, we don't really need to fight and be in a war anymore. I see people posting, we're in World War III. Well, does that make you feel good to state that? Because it doesn't for me, because I've seen what happened in World War I and II, and it was horrific. So I just go, I don't go, we're in World War III. I go, we're in the greatest awakening ever. And I'm connected with all these incredible souls all over the planet. And most of the amazing, incredible people that I'm connected to, I've never met in person yet. But there's a big party coming soon. So I'm going to keep this short. It's 18 minutes. I think more people will watch something that's shorter. So I'm not going to do an hour and a half like I usually do. But here's the invitation. If you truly believe, or at least you're open to the fact that your thoughts, your words, your frequency, your vibration, your beliefs and imagination are creating your reality, then I invite you to focus in for 30 or 60 days and really keep track. And if you want a super incredible way to do it, get the book. It's half price right now, $22. You get the daily tracking sheet, fill this out every night, and I guarantee you on the very first day, you're going to start to see programs that have been running for decades. And if you don't have the money to buy the book, reach out to me. Or go to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/portal to awakening. There's over 300 hours of me taking people through the process. And you don't have to watch 300 hours. I pretty much go through the process on every video. It's all free. It's all free. So if this stuff resonates with you and you're committed to awakening and then assisting the others, let's do this. And I'm not saying you're not doing it already. If the 12 or 13 people are out there listening to this, you're already doing it, or you would have checked out and went, this dude's crazy. He's out of his mind. So you can see that there's millions and millions of us out there, out here, out there, whatever you want to call it. And it's a wonderful, wonderful time. So yeah, I'm going to post the book up there. This is the fastest way I've ever found. And I've taken a lot of courses and done a lot of 3-day seminars, webinars, and man, and I'm grateful for Robert's testimonial, because that's why I do this, because it is the fastest way I've ever found. out of $100,000 that I've spent on courses and coaching and mentoring. This is it. Because when you begin to track it and you stop and you go through the process of going, wow, I'm triggered. I just had a judgment. What is this trying to show me or teach me about me? It's never about the other person out there. Never. They're the gift. They're the one that you had a soul contract with. Now, if somebody's physically abusing you or assaulting you, then get out of the relationship, obviously. But anybody else, like even these so-called bad people, you know, the WHO, the WEF, people in government, they're all perfectly playing their role, at this time, to awaken humanity. And so, in order to move into higher frequencies and timelines, we must forgive all of them for the unforgivable, the harm, the millions of people they have intentionally harmed, sacrificed, the children. We must forgive these people. But yes, they must be held accountable. So anyway, again, the invitation is unplug from the dark stuff and begin to consciously and intentionally create your reality. And when I have people go through the course or the book, they set alarms on their phone as little reminders. So they'll stop and they'll do the morning ritual of stopping and going, okay, I'm going to magnetize and amplify the field again. The perfect people come into my reality. Abundance just flows into my reality, and I give it away because I know that it's unlimited. The only limitation is in my mind because they put that there with the fake money, getting us to think that money is scarce, so we're afraid of it. That was my program for 40 plus years. And I finally had to break out of it and go, you know what? I'm going to tip extra. I'm going to start giving money away to the best of my ability. And I started with tipping because I used to be a bartender. And I noticed that more started coming into my reality because I stopped running the lack program that had been so deeply ingrained into me. And so, you know, setting the alarms on your phone, you don't have to catch them all. And you can set them on vibrate, so they don't bother you if you're at work or you're driving or whatever, but you'll see it later. And it's just a reminder to go, hey, are you creating your reality? Let's amplify the field again. Let's just take 1 or 5 or 10 minutes or maybe a half hour and let's amplify the field and see any desire that we have is already here now with no doubts, excited like a little child on Christmas Day or on their birthday. And that is how you begin to magnetize in anything you desire. And so I'm going to leave everybody with that. I have to go meet somebody that we're going to help do a healing protocol on. And thanks for listening. If this resonates with you, please share it in your groups or with anybody that you feel would benefit, to give them some juice, you know, because it's not doom and gloom. What is being revealed right now is waking everyone up. And money's coming in, gold-backed money. Don't be, I'll believe it when I see it. See it, own it, it's here now, boom. No doubts, no doubts. And if you have a doubt, catch it and turn it around and go, wow, I just had a doubt. I've been running that program. Forgive yourself, it's okay. We've been so inundated with running these low-frequency programs just to survive. But the truth is, you are a magnificent, unlimited being. And how do I know that? Even if you don't fully believe that 100% yet, because you're here and you chose to come down here to go through all this. Why? Because you knew that we were going to win this time. Bravest, courageous soul ever. Even if you don't think you are, you are. And the more that you remember and the more that you stay in your heart, the magic is just going to flow to you. It's already here. All right? So big, big love from Thailand. And again, if you're interested in the book, I'll pop a link in here. Half price. You can join the Waking Up in the Dream private community if you'd like to. Yeah, it's, where's my link? Where's my link? Here it is. All right, just pop this in real quick. The key is to come in and be active. You know, ask questions. There are no stupid questions in the soul activation portal. There's no judgment. I won't allow it because that's a 3D program. It's a wound. So anyway, big love to everybody. Have an incredible day or night wherever you're at, and stay excited because the goodness is coming, and it's coming in waves. So big love from Thailand. Catch up to you soon.